Gopadaya Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachadine Nirvishesha Shunyavati Paschatya Deshatadine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Ram, Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Ram, Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare 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 Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare 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 Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare 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 Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare 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 Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Krishna. Ram 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 Re 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 Krishna Re Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Re 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 Krishna Re Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Re 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 Krishna Re Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Re 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 Krishna Re Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Re 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 Krishna Re Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Re 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 Krishna Re Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Re 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 Krishna Re Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram 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 Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram 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 Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, No Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna. Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram 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 Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama 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 Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama 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 Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama 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 Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama 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 Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama 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 Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama 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 Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama 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 Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama 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 Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Nam Nam Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Nam 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Ram, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram. Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram. Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram. Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Next. Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यः एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, dear devotees. For the pleasure of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, let us recite Sri Gopi Geet, which is the 31st chapter of the 10th canto of Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam. Gopya Uchuhu Jayati te dhikam janmana vraja Shrayata indira shashwadatrahi Daita drishatam dikshutavakas Tvai dhrita savas tvam vichinvate शरदुदाशये साधुजातसत् सरसिजोदरा श्रीमुषादृशा सुरतनाथ ते शुल्कदासिका वरदनिघ्नतो नेह किं वदः विषजलाप्ययाद्व्यालराक्षसात् वर्षमारुतात् वैद्युतानलात् वृषमात्मजाद्विश्वतो भयात् ऋषभते वयं रक्षितामुः न खलु गोपिका नन्दनो भवान् अखिलदेहिनाम् अन्तरात्मदृक् विखनसार्थितो विश्वगुप्तये सखौ देवान् सात्वतां कुले विरचिता भयं वृष्णिधूर्यते चरणमीयुषां संस्मृतेर्भयात् करसरोरुहं कान्तकामदं शिरसि देहिनः श्रीकराग्रहम् व्रजजनार्तिहन् वीरयोषितां निजजनस्मया ध्वंसनस्मिता भज सखे भवत्किङ्करीस्मनो जलरुहाननं चारुदर्शय प्रणतदेहिनां पापकर्षणं तृणचरानुगं श्रीनिकेतनं फणिफणार्पितं ते पदाम्बुजं कृणकुचेषु नः कृन्दिरिच्छयम् मधुरया गिरा वल्गुवाक्यया बुधमनोज्ञया पुष्करेक्षण विधिकरेरिमा वीरमुय्यतीर् प्याययस्वनः तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहम् श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जना प्रहसितं प्रिया प्रेमवीक्षणं विहरणं च ते ध्यानमङ्गलम् रहसि संविदो यारिदि स्पृशा कुहकनो मनः क्षोभयन्ति चलसि यद्व्रजाचारयन् पशून् नलिनसुन्दरं नाथ ते पदम् शिलतृणाङ्कुरे सीदतीति नः कलिलता मनः कान्त गच्छति दिनपरीक्षये नीलकुन्तलैर्वनरुहाननं बिभ्रदावृतं धनरजस्वलं दर्शयन्मुहुर्मनसि न स्मरं वीरयच्छसि प्रणतकामदं पद्मजार्चितं धरणिमण्डनं ध्येयमापदि चरणपङ्कजं शान्तमं च ते रमणनस्तने शर्पयाधिहन् सुरतवर्धनं शोकनाशनं स्वरितवेणुना सुष्ठुचुम्बितम् इतररागवे स्मारणं नृणां वितरवीरनस्त्यधरामृतम् अटति यद् भवान् अहनिकाननं त्रुटिर्गायते त्वामपश्यताम् कुटिलकुन्तलं श्रीमुखं च ते जडौ दीक्षतां पक्ष्मकृदृशां पतिसुतान्वय भ्रातृबान्धवान् अतिविलङ्घ्यते तच्युतागता गतिविदस्तवोद्गीतमोहिता कितवयोषितः कस्त्यजेन्निशिः रहसि संविदं रिच्छयोदयं प्रहसिताननं प्रेमवीक्षणं बृहदुरश्रियो वीक्ष्य ते मुहुरतिस्पृहा मुह्यते मनः व्रजवनौकसां व्यक्तिरङ्गते वृजनहन्त्र्यलं विश्वमङ्गलम् त्यजमनाक्षनास्त्वत्स्पृहात्मनां स्वजनहृदरुजां यन्निषूदनम् यत्ते सुजातचरणाम्बुरुहं स्तनेषु भीताशनय प्रियदधीमहि कर्कशेषु तेनाटवीमटसि तद्व्यथतेन किं सुवेत् कुर्पादिभिर्भ्रमति धीर्भवदायुषां नः श्रीशुक उवाच इति गोप्य प्रगायन्त्यः प्रलपन्त्यश्च चित्रधा रुरुधुः सुस्वरं राजन् कृष्णदर्शनलालसाः तासामाविर्भुशौरिः स्मयमानमुखाम्बुजः पीताम्बरधरस्रग्विः साक्षान्मन्मथ मन्मथः हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय रीडिंग फ्रॉम ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम Canto 8, Chapter 2, Text 20. We are reading the beautiful pastime of Sri Gajendra Moksha. तत्रैकदा तद्गिरिकाननाश्रयः तत्रैकदा तद्गिरिकाननाश्रयः करेणुभिर्वारणयूथपश्चरन् सकण्टकं कीचकवेणुवेत्रवत् विशालगुल्मं प्ररुजन् वनस्पतीन् Sri Shukdev Goswami Maharaj is describing to Sri Parikshit Maharaj that the leader of the elephants who lived in the forest of the mountain Trikuta once wandered toward the lake with his female elephants. This king of elephants, Gajendra, broke many plants, creepers, thickets, and trees, not caring for their piercing thorns. He was very powerful, Gajendra. King of elephant, he had many wives, she elephants, and he lived in that area. And one day he came to that lake at the Trikuta mountain, started breaking trees and plants, not even caring for their piercing thorns, kantak, which means even in heavenly places, there are problems, there are thorns. Everything is not perfect in the material world. यद्गन्धमात्राद्धरयो गजेन्द्र व्याघ्रादयो व्यालमृगा सखण्ड्गा महोरगाश्चापि भयाद्रवन्ति सगौरकृष्णा सरभाश्चमर्यः Gaura Krishna. Shri Shukdev Goswami, so wonderful. Gaura Krishna. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Shri Krishna. Jai Gaura Sai Krishna. Sai Jagannath. Simply by catching scent of that elephant, all the other elephants, tigers, and other ferocious animals such as lions, rhinoceroses, great serpents, Gaura Krishna, white and black, Sarabhas, they fled in fear. Not by seeing Gajendra, just by smelling, catching the scent that Gajendra is going to come. They got scared. Bhayat Dravanti. Bhayat Dravanti. They ran away in fear. The Chamari deer also fled. if, if tigers and other elephants are running away, what to speak of a little deer? Shri Shukdev Goswami is saying that all the animals, they were very scared of Gajendra. He was mighty. Vrikavaraha महिषर्ष शल्या गोपुच्छशालावृकमर्कटाश्च अन्यत्र क्षुद्रा हरिणाशसादयश्चरन्त्यभीता यदनुग्रहेण. By the mercy of this elephant, animals like the foxes, wolves, buffaloes, bears, boars, gopuchas, porcupines, monkeys, rabbits, and other deer, and many other small animals loitered elsewhere in the forest. They were not afraid of him. By the mercy of this elephant. Purport Srila Prabhupada, that's all the animals are practically controlled by this elephant. Yet, although they could move without fear, because of respect, they did not stand before him. Everybody was either afraid of Gajendra, Bhayat Dravanti, they ran away in fear, or out of respect, they made way for the king, Gajendra. Saghar matapta karibhe karenubher vrito madachut karabhair anutrutaha girim garimna parita prakampayan निषेव्यमाणो लिकुलैर्मदाशनैः सरोनिलं पङ्कजवेरेणुरुषितं जिघ्रन् विदूरान् मदवैवहलेक्षणः वृतास्वयूथेन त्रिशार्दितेन तत् सरोवराभ्यासमथागमद्रुतम्. Surrounded by the herds, other elephants, including females, and followed by the young ones, Gajapati, the king of the elephants, Gajendra, made Trikuta mountain tremble, which was thousands of yojanas wide and tall. It trembled all around because of the weight of the body of Gajendra. He was perspiring, liquor dripped from his mouth, and his vision was overwhelmed by intoxication. He was being served by bumblebees who drank honey and from a distance he could smell the dust of the lotus flowers which was carried from the lake by the breeze. Thus, surrounded by his associates who were afflicted by thirst, he soon arrived at the bank of the lake. Hare Krishna. They were having a good time, and there were some intoxicating beverages also available natural in the forest. Gajendra had drunk it and he was intoxicated. In other words, he was really enjoying his life in this heavenly abode. Vigaya tasmin amritambu nirmalam हेमारविन्दोत्पलरेणुरूषितम् पपौ निकामं निजपुष्करोद्धृतम् आत्मानमद्भिः स्नपयन् गतक्लमः. The king of elephants entered the lake. They were all thirsty. So Gajendra entered the lake. Remember, it was crystal clear water of the lake and was relieved of his fatigue. Aha, the temperature was just very refreshing. Gatak Klamaha, all his fatigue was gone away. Then, with the aid of his trunk, he drank the cold, clear nectarian water, which was mixed with the dust of lotus flowers and water lilies, until he was fully satisfied. He drank water from the lake. Sapushkareno dhrita shikharambubudhvir nipayayan samsnapayan yatha grihi grihini kareno करभांश्च दुर्मदो नाचष्टकृच्छ्रम कृपणो जमायया. Like a human being who lacks spiritual knowledge and is too attached to the members of his family. Janasya mohoyam aham ameti. The elephant being illusioned by the external energy of Sri Krishna. Aja Maya. The Maya of the unborn Supreme Lord, Krishna. He was in Maya, in other words, Gajendra. Gajendra had his wives and children also bathe and drink water from the lake. Indeed, he raised water from the lake with his trunk and sprayed it over them. They were really enjoying. And Gajendra was enjoying that his family members were also enjoying, his wives and his children. And he was spraying them with the cooling water of the lake. He did not mind the hard labor involved in this endeavor, this labor of love, attachment to family. It was as if they were on a family vacation. They were all having a good time. Tam tatra kaschin nripadaiva chodito graho baliyam charane rushagrahit yadrichayaivam vyasanam gato gajo yatha balam soti balo vichakrame. And as it always happens, my dear friends, in this material world, when everything is going good, some calamity strikes. No one wants calamity, but it strikes. Daiva Chodita, being inspired by divine providence, higher powers. By the arrangement of providence, O King Parikshit, Shri Shukacharya is saying, a Baliyan Graha, a crocodile that was very, very strong. Gajendra was the strongest elephant, strongest animal in the forest. Even tigers and lions were afraid of him. But finally, Gajendra found his match. Just like Gajendra was very powerful among elephants, this crocodile was very powerful among crocodiles. And in this world, my dear friends, no one can claim to be supreme. We will find our match someday. and more. So Gajendra, as he was having a good time, completely oblivious to danger, he was attacked by the crocodile. And the crocodile was angry at Gajendra, Rusha, and therefore Charane Agrahit. The crocodile came and latched on to the leg of Gajendra right there in the water of the lake. That lake, which was a source of great enjoyment for Gajendra and his family, now became the place of the greatest struggle for life for Gajendra. And Gajendra tried his best to free himself from this danger, which was sent by Providence. He tried to get out. Ati balaha vichakrame. He tried to get out. He tried and he tried. Yatha balam, according to his strength. तत्रातुरं यूथपतिं करेणवो विकृष्यमाणं तरसा बलीयसा विचक्रुषुर्दीनधियोपरे गजा पार्ष्णीग्रहास्तारयितुं न चाशकम्. Thereafter, seeing Gajendra in that grave danger, his wives felt very, very sorry and began to cry. The other elephants also wanted to help Gajendra, but because of the crocodile's great strength, they could not rescue him by grasping him from behind. The crocodile kept dragging Gajendra deeper and deeper into the lake. Gajendra is a terrestrial animal, elephant, and crocodile is amphibious with a strong preference for water. So the crocodile had a distinct advantage because the fight was happening in water. Hare Krishna. Similarly, my dear friends, we are in the lake of Maya, and the crocodile of the onslaught of Maya is at home in this material world. And even though we are Satchidananda, we are Mamayam Shajiva Loka Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, we are part and parcel of Krishna, Ishwar, Ansha Jiva Avinashi. But still, because we are in the lake of Maya, we are at a disadvantage. And therefore, this material world is a very dangerous place for a sadhak. Padam, padam, vipadam. Every step there is a danger. In the spiritual world, Daivim Prakriti Ashrita, when we take shelter of the Antaranga Shakti, we are very safe. But in the material world, we are in a compromised situation, my dear friends, because this is Maya Nagari. So the crocodiles of Maya have advantage here over us. We are weak. And our Asat Sainya, our family, friends, they cannot really help us. Materially, they cannot really help us. They can cry for us, like the wives of Gajendra cried, "Oh, why our husband in such a calamity?" They cried helplessly. The other elephants wanted to help but could not help. So the family, friends, they are well meaning materially, but they cannot really help at the time of crisis. That's why everybody dies now. If the love and protection of the near and dear ones could save, nobody would die in this world. Ahani ahani bhutani gachanti hayamalayam sheshasthavar michanti kimascharya mathaparam. नियोध्यतोरेवमिभेन्द्रनक्रयोर्विकर्षतोरन्तरतो बहिर्मिथः समासहस्रं व्यगमन् महीपते सप्राणयोश्चित्रमाः सतामराः. O King Parikshit, the elephant Gajendra and the crocodile who fought in this way. Nakra means crocodile. They fought for 1,000 years. Sama Sahasram. 1,000 years they fought, pulling one another in and out of water. Sometimes Gajendra would show his strength and apparently gain victory. And then the crocodile would get the upper hand. Then Gajendra would get the upper hand. Then crocodile would get the upper hand. In this way, back and forth it went. And this fight of Gajendra and the crocodile is very symbolic also. Sometimes in this material world, we feel we are strong. We have conquered Maya. We are not in Maya anymore. And sometimes we feel I'm not even a devotee. I'm so above. My consciousness is so low. And then we feel, okay, I'm doing good. The day we chant out 16 rounds nicely, we feel, I'm good, I'm strong. And then we feel we are weak. We make a mistake, we break some regulative principle, or japa doesn't go well, or some mistake happens, and we feel, oh, I'm not even a devotee. This is how the life of a sadhak is. It is a struggle. It's up and down, up and down, up and down. And the fight of Gajendra and the crocodile was also like that. But remember, in the material world, Maya has an advantage, just like the crocodile had an advantage over Gajendra in the lake. So, what Gajendra does will also be very symbolic and enlightening for all of us. But for 1,000 years, this fight just went on and on and on and on. And both of them were alive. No one died. 1,000 years without food and water. They fought. Gajendra fought, so did the crocodile. This is called Daiva Chodita. And it was considered to be very surprising, such a fight lasting 1,000 years, even by the Amar, the demigods, who are very, very long lived. Seeing the fight of the crocodile and Gajendra, even the Devatas were surprised. ततो गजेन्द्रस्य मनोबलौजसां कालेन दीर्घेण महान् अभुद्व्ययः विकृष्यमाणस्य जले वसीदतो viparyayobhut sakalam jalaukasah. Thereafter, because of being pulled into the water of the lake and fighting for many long years, 1,000 years, Gajendra the elephant became diminished in his mental strength, physical strength, and sensual strength. Means his senses also became weak. His eyes, his breathing. The crocodile, on the contrary, viparyaya. On the other hand, the crocodile was having the opposite effect. Being an animal of the water, Jalaukasa, who are Rajaukasam, those who live in Vrindavan, Rajaukasam. And Jalaukasam means this amphibious crocodile, which has a strong predilection to thrive in water, was increasing in enthusiasm, increasing in physical strength, and increasing in sensual power. Because when you see the enemy diminishing in strength, then that enthuses the attacker. So the crocodile was gaining strength, just like Maya gains strength in this material world, and Gajendra was diminishing in his strength, just like a conditioned soul becomes weak in the material world. Krishna bhuliya se jivanadi bahiruk. 7 and 9. Okay, we'll read this purport and then we'll stop. In the fighting between the elephant and the crocodile, the difference was, please listen carefully, that although the elephant was extremely powerful, he was in a foreign place in the water. During 1,000 years of fighting, he could not get any food, and under the circumstances, his bodily strength diminished. And because his bodily strength diminished, his mind also became weak and his senses less powerful. The crocodile, however, being an animal of the water, had no difficulties. He was getting food and was therefore getting mental strength and sensual encouragement. Thus, while the elephant became reduced in strength, the crocodile became more and more powerful. Now, from this, we may take the lesson that in our fight with Maya, we should not be in a position in which our strength, enthusiasm, and senses will be unable to fight vigorously. Our Krishna consciousness movement has actually declared war against Maya, the illusory energy, in which all the living entities are rotting in a false understanding of civilization. The soldiers in this Krishna consciousness movement must always possess physical strength, enthusiasm, and sensual power. To keep themselves fit, the devotees must therefore place themselves in a normal condition of life. What constitutes a normal condition of life will not be the same for everyone, and therefore there are divisions of Varnashram: Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasi. Especially in this age, Kali Yuga, it is advised that no one takes sannyas. Ashwamedham gavalambham, sannyasam palapaitrakam, devarena sutotpatim kalau pancha vivarchayet. From Brahma Vaivarta Puran, quoted by Mahaprabhu to Chankadi. From this, we can understand Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Chankadi this verse and then took sannyas. Mahaprabhu. From this, we can understand that in this age of sannyas ashram, in this age, the sannyas ashram is forbidden. Why? Because people are not strong. Not that taking sannyas is wrong, but people are not qualified to take sannyas generally in Kali Yuga because of the contamination all around. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showed us an example in taking sannyas at the age of 24. But even Sri Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya advised Mahaprabhu Sri Chaitanya Dev to be extremely careful because he had taken sannyas at an early age. For preaching, we give young boys sannyas, but actually, it is being experienced that they are not fit for sannyas. There is no harm, however, if one thinks that he is unfit for sannyas. If he is very much agitated sexually, he should go to the ashram where sex is allowed, namely the Grahastha ashram. That one has been found to be very weak in one place does not mean that he should stop fighting the crocodile of Maya. One should take shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna, as we see, as we shall see Gajendra do, taking shelter of Krishna. And at the same time, one can be a Grahastha if he is satisfied with sexual intelligence, sexual indulgence. There is no need to give up the fight. What Srila Prabhupada is saying is, based on our karma, based on our mentality, based on our prarabdha, based on our conditioning, based on our spiritual situation, some of us have certain material desires. And these desires become almost like a necessity. Ahara, nidra, bhaya, maithun. Eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. Just like we have to eat, just like we have to sleep, we cannot survive without eating and sleeping. And just like we have to defend ourselves. If a mosquito bites me, immediately I'll go like this. If I'm ironing the dhoti kurta and suddenly I accidentally touch the hot iron, then suddenly I will withdraw from it to protect. This protective instinct is ingrained in every living entity, whether it is a human being or a bird or an animal or even an ant. You try to touch an ant, and the ant also will run away from you. This is called bhaya. Ahar, nidra, bhaya. These are the necessities of life. One doesn't have to train a child how to withdraw from hot things. That software is a default software. It comes with the manufacturer. It's already installed app. Bhai, defend yourself. So just like eating is compulsory, sleeping is compulsory, defending is compulsory. Similarly, sex life is also a need for 99.9% people in this world. They need to have sexual intercourse. It's a need. Ahar, nidra, bhay, maithun. Maithun means sex life. It's a need. Now, if someone cannot be brahmachari, there are some very, very great souls who never have that desire. They are very fortunate. They have practiced spirituality for many lifetimes. That is why in this life they don't have any sexual desire. They are very fortunate. Dhanya. But for many lesser individuals, having sex life is a necessity. So Srila Prabhupada is saying, suppose for the sake of serving the Guru, you have taken sannyas or you have entered the brahmachari ashram, but you are agitated by sexual desires and you are afraid you may just indulge in illicit sex, then better you get married and stay in the fort called Grahastha Ashram. It's a fort, kila. It's a protective fort. The wife will protect. Because then at least whatever you are doing it within the Grahastha Ashram, and that is allowed. That is what Srila Prabhupada is saying. But the important point is you continue practicing Krishna consciousness. Do not give up chanting at least 16 rounds every day. Try your best to follow the four regulative principles and do some service for Krishna. Be part of a congregation, be part of a temple, be part of a sangha, and practice Krishna consciousness. Practice the different limbs of bhakti, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Archanam, Vandanam. Practice these limbs. Take care of whatever sense gratificatory needs you have. Try to do them within the domain of dharma. Try not to go outside the boundaries of dharma. And while you live your material life and while you deal with Ahar, Nidra, Bhaya, Maithun, please continue Krishna consciousness. For the sake of Ahar, Nidra, Bhaya, Maithun, do not give up Krishna consciousness. Out of guilt for Ahar, Nidra, Bhaya, Maithun, do not give up Krishna consciousness. You may have weaknesses, you may have failures, you may succumb to temptations, you may be addicted to bad habits, but don't give up Krishna consciousness. Remember, bhakti is more powerful than pap. Eventually, the pap karma will stop by the power of bhakti. Not that I will start bhakti when I can give up the pap. No, we can never give up pap by itself. Pap will go away by practicing bhakti. Karmani nirdhati kintu cha bhakti bhajam. Govindam adi purusham tamam bhajam. So important thing is no matter what happens, we should not give up practicing Krishna consciousness. We are not claiming to be pure devotees. We are not claiming to be very advanced. We have weaknesses. We have our failings. We have our Achilles tendon, Achilles heel, proverbial. But we have the saving grace of Krishna and Srimati Radharani. And that is our hope. Vyas bharose kuvari ko sovata pao pasar. So we don't give up Krishna consciousness. No matter how many times we fail, no matter how many times we fall short of the standard. Important thing Srila Prabhupada is saying is do not give up the fight. Can I say something? Always remember this. The fight is never lost until you give up fighting. So never give up the fight against Maya. Yashoda Maya never gave up her attempts to bind Damodar, Krishna, Gopal. She kept trying, seeing her parishram, seeing that she was getting tired and fatigued. Shri Krishna was pleased and he agreed to be bound by Mother Yashoda. So we have to keep fighting Maya. One day, Krishna will be pleased with our endeavor and he will give his mercy. And when Krishna gives his mercy, Maya में ताम तरंती थे. Maya में ताम तरंती थे. That is Krishna consciousness. We practice, waiting for Krishna's mercy. We tolerate, waiting for Krishna's. Tattenu kampam susamikshamam. There is no need to give up the fight. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore recommended from Srimad Bhagavatam 11th canto, Sthane sthita shruti gatam tanu van manobhi. With your body, words and mind, you serve Krishna, beginning with hearing. And stay. Sthane sthita. Stay where you are. No problem. Don't have to change. Just be who you are, but practice Krishna consciousness. One may stay in whichever ashram is suitable for him. It is not essential that one should take sannyas. If one is sexually agitated, he can enter the grahastha ashram. But one must continue fighting. For one who is not in a transcendental position, to take sannyas artificially is not a very great credit. If sannyas is not suitable, one may enter the grahastha ashram and fight Maya with great strength. But one should not give up fighting and go away. One should not give up fighting and go away. I really want to show you something in this regard. Let me see if I can find it. It is the Madhu Visha Prabhupada memories. Hmm.
Chairs with their canes, and the little old lady shoes and little stomach. His health was deteriorating. And
the devotees, Madhudesha Prabhu was one of the very senior devotees in our movement. And at one point, he was a sannyasi. Prabhupada gave him sannyas. But then Madhudesha Prabhu, he decided to get married. So he gave up his sannyas and got married. And now it is 1977. Srila Prabhupada is in Vrindavan. His health is not good. And Madhudosha Prabhu is feeling extremely embarrassed that he let Prabhupada down. He was a sannyasi and then he became a grahastha. So he's telling his story. He was just hiding in Hawaii, trying to be away from Prabhupada because he was just too embarrassed to face Prabhupada because he had given up sannyas and entered the grahastha ashram. Now let's see what happens.
He requested that I come to India, to Vrindavan, to see him. So I had just...
Is the sound clear? Okay. So Prabhupada requested.
I just got married and my wife was pregnant with my first son. So I couldn't leave, and we were living in a very remote part of Hawaii. So I couldn't leave at that particular moment. But I promised that as soon as my wife had her baby, then I would come. So time passed after my son arrived, and Shri Kirti came over to Maui from Oahu, and we flew off to India together. So at that time, I wasn't living at a temple, so I let my hair grow a little bit longer than I should have. And when we arrived in Delhi, I thought, well, I can't go to see Prabhupada like that. So we shaved up and had this big long cigar. And Srila Prabhupada, when I walked in the room, it was a very, sober mood and dark, and everything was subdued and people were kind of morose, not making too much sound and everything. So I walked into Srila Prabhupada's room and they said, oh, Srila Prabhupada, Madhavisa has arrived. So Prabhupada sat up in his bed and I paid my obeisances, and Prabhupada, first thing he said, whoa, look at Madhavisa. He's maintaining such a nice sika. And he chuckled like that, knowing that, I hadn't maintained such a nice sika. I just had shaved up in Delhi train station. And the second thing he said, where is your wife? I had left Srila Prabhupada, I was a sannyasi, and then I had left and got married and everything like that. So that's not particularly the way you should do it. But Srila Prabhupada, he just shrugged that off. It was like immaterial to him. He wanted to know where my wife was. Not that, why have you got married? Why have you done this? He wanted to know, where is she? And he was fully aware that I was married and I had a child and everything like that, and he wanted to see her. And I said, well, Srila Prabhupada, she just had her first baby and she really doesn't want to travel. And she said, that's right, she shouldn't travel. But she is feeling okay? And I said, yes, she's feeling good. And you had a son? And I said, yes, Prabhupada, I had a son. And I said, and I named him Abhay Charan. Is that all right? And he said, yes, named him after your spiritual master. And then he went on to explain the famous purport that's in the Srimad Bhagavatam about the elephant and the crocodile. That the elephant is very mighty and very strong, but when he enters into the water, he becomes victimized by the crocodile because he's not in his proper atmosphere. If he's on the dry land, he can annihilate, he can crush the crocodile. But because he's in the water, he's at the mercy of the crocodile. So he said, similarly, we may be situated in the wrong atmosphere for executing Krishna consciousness. We must put ourselves in the right atmosphere, and then we can execute our Krishna consciousness and with all strength and vigor. So he said, it doesn't make any difference. You are a sannyasi, now you're a householder. That doesn't make any difference. The proper thing is just to go on with your Krishna consciousness, execute it. If you can't execute it, if you're becoming weak by artificially embracing a sannyas order, and you must take another order to become strong again, that is all right. But the most important thing is don't leave the association of the devotees and continue on with your Krishna consciousness. And it made me feel so good. And it was very enlivening and personal to be with Srila Prabhupada in those last days.
Je anilo premodana Karuna Prachu.
So relevant to what we read today, isn't it? Madhudesha Prabhu is talking exactly about the same purport that we read, so I remembered him. Very, very great devotee, Madhudesha Prabhu. He used to sing Kirtan. In fact, in those days, he was called the King of Kirtans. Haribol. He inspired personalities like Aindar Prabhu in Kirtan. Madhudesha Prabhu. He was one of the best Kirtan leaders in our movement at that time. He was called King of Kirtan. Madhudesha Prabhu. Shripad Madhudesha Prabhu ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you very much, dear devotees. Hare Krishna. Jai Jai Shri Radhe.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Krishna Prabhuji.